So basically I wrote a few more things down here. Where to start? Become aware of this. I noticed one of their key points of attack, or their key points of so-called entrance, is the solar plexus region, the sternum. That's where your solar plexus is, around the sternum, where your sternum bone is, right where your rib cage is in the middle, and your sternum, where your stomach and upper chest and your chest sort of begin. What you want to do is close the etheric solar plexus gate, and this reflects onto a movie Donnie Darko, where they call it the liquid spear would attach to somebody. The liquid spear would attach to somebody right in this region here, and it would go whirl around like a tube, and it would sort of guide the person where to go. And in the movie Donnie Darko, where this tube guided the person to go, it guided Donnie Darko to go upstairs into this room, and it showed him where there was this hidden gun in a shoebox. In other words, I clearly got the picture from that movie. That tube, when it inserts itself in your sternum, will guide you to evil, to do evil emotions, thoughts, actions, deeds, and behaviors, because it guided him to a gun that was hidden in a shoebox. That means if you're in a trance, obviously that put him in a trance, whatever connected to his sternum, and then it guided him to a shoebox with a gun. Now, from my understanding, if somebody's in a trance and is brought to a shoebox with a gun, and maybe this person has resentments with his parents and his family, or is in a relationship, a girlfriend or boyfriend, vice versa. Maybe if this person's in a trance and there's a demon operating them from the solar plexus, called the so-called liquid spear, like a tube guiding him around, yet be assured that movie was pointing at an evil agenda with that gun. A possibility of an outcome could have happened is you could have taken the gun and killed the whole family downstairs, because I think his whole family was sort of against him. And Donnie Darko, go figure too, he's apparently being ridiculed if he's taking his medicines anymore. I think is it antidepressants or medicine, I don't remember. They're like, are you still taking your medicine? And I forget this part of the movie. He's like, yeah. Then he's taking his medicine sometimes, and he was in a situation with his family. So go figure. It's showing you, it's showing us, it's showing me clearly that the solar plexus region, aka the yellow solar plexus, I call it the yellow submarine too, it has an evil agenda there if it's being attacked there and activated and tampered with to manipulate a person. So henceforth, become aware, my brothers and sisters. Also, a suggestion will be to close your solar plexus gate, disconnect the cords and the circuits and the attachments from there. Vice versa, you could be attached from your solar plexus right through to your back. Go figure, my brothers and sisters. When I'm getting hit hard with these new frequencies, where does my whole body cramp up and feel really messed up? It feels like it's exactly in the solar plexus region, going from my solar plexus here right through to my back. And here's another movie, my brothers and sisters, that shows you where they're putting the spider to control you. You ever see Spider-Man? Do you ever see where that spider is on his suit? The spider is exactly in the solar plexus region, and if he turns around, he's got the spider on his back too, right in the same as in the front as in the back, and it looks like a pole. If I feel like when it's activated, it feels like there's a pole going right through me. And go figure, I was at an airport. This is when I was allowed to see it in the etheric realm. And the airport in Egypt, I went to many places. I spent money I didn't have. I tell you this, my brothers and sisters. The Matrix tricked me into spending a lot of money flying around and chasing me around and controlling myself. And when I went to Egypt, I was walking with a taxi driver, and in our conversation, he just slips in, "Goodbye." I caught that. I was like, okay, maybe this isn't the place I want to be. Because at that time I was following JC, and their religion there is not JC. Christianity religion, where I went, they cut people's heads off in reality, in real life, if they mess up. Right? Anybody who's sort of in their religion and betrays somebody else, they may even cut off their head in the streets. I've seen some videos on the internet where they cut people's heads off on the street at certain countries with their religion. I forget what their religion is, but I know it's not with Christianity. And it's not good. It's not good to be a Christian in Egypt, I tell you that. And back then, that's who I was reinforcing. I could not believe I went there and not remembering the faith they have and how much it is against Christ. They would be considered the so-called JC head cutter offers. But anyways, talk about reversed agendas. One following the same, just different names. Okay. Anyways, to make a long story short, I was at the airport, and maybe that statue is still there. I have no idea. But I was on still taking my prescription, so maybe I was allowed to see in the etheric realm those days what I cannot see now. There was like a metal statue there, and in this metal statue, it was sort of bent over like this, like in pain, and there was all these like a few like spears stuck in the back, like poles, and the statue's bent over. And I was looking at this like right near the entrance of the airport, and I'm like, this has to be a matrix representation. And go figure, they're showing you where they're going to hit you, right in the solar plexus region with a lot of pain. And so go figure, Spider-Man has the two spiders right there. Furthermore, you probably want to do a clearing of the solar plexus region of cords, attachments, devices, and circuits from your front and your back, and close the portals, because they're telling you there is a device on your front and there is a device on your back. That's their main so-called harvest points or control points to get into. They're telling us all the information in their movies, okay? Spider-Man is a key too. And go figure how Spider-Man was formed. He was made through a spider that's radioactive. Is everybody starting to get the picture? Radiation, radioactive, radio signals make Spider-Man. So if they're hitting you with a lot of radio signals, be assured you have and you're in the targeting and your pain and suffering, you'll be suffering like there's a spear through your solar plexus going right through down to your back and hurting, like it's hurting, cramping right in that region from your front to your back. And go forth. A radioactive spider is what made Spider-Man, and go figure, they're telling us, right? The radio signals, radio waves, Spider-Man is active, right? Project Spider-Man is in full force, my brothers and sisters, just undercover. Anyways, something to think about. Alright, I will continue. That's an analogy just to give you, my brothers and sisters, reinforcement of what I'm saying, to have an understanding. They show us in their movies their key points where they're going to attack us from and control us from. Okay? They tell us all their plans in our face, mocking us. And that's the way of Satan, making him the devil evil, clearing his conscience, saying, hey, I warned you in movies, I'm clear. Okay. Anyways. You also want to state, is release your speech sometimes. You do a proper clearing, you clean your electromagnetic static fields, you'll get released of a lot of that tension. And if you're getting a slurrish mouth from all the fields squeezing you, then when you release the static fields, you release the so-called torsion, tension, resistance. The static fields is the torsion, tensions. The torsion, the tensions, and the resistance is the static fields. Okay, another main thing you want to do is, what they're doing when they delay for time, a lot of times when they stall you, is they're deciphering your codes. Our operating system has random changing codes, right? Not many people know this. Now become aware of this, my brothers and sisters, is they try to get your codes, they get your codes, then they could breach you and make a so-called splice and a link to you much easier. What you want to do is become aware of it. Last night I became aware of it and I wrote it down again, is you want to change your codes and frequencies by intent. Simple as this. I change all my codes and frequencies now, and I sort of do it from the top of my head with the so-called spirit emantet, the energy of the primary source. With that emantet, flushing it through my whole body, changing every code and frequency in my cells. So henceforth, once I change my code and frequency, it makes it extremely harder for the agents in the matrix to lock onto myself, because it is common sense. I'm changing. Somebody gets the key to my door and can open up the lock. Well, I put in a new lock with a new key, which makes it much harder to open the door, if not impossible, because sooner or later there won't be no key and there won't be no lock no more, and furthermore there won't be no more door for them to get in, because that's what I'm working on. You see, I'm working on many stages beyond things, my brothers and sisters. You see, they find a door to get in. Well, it's simple. I vanish the door and I move it where they can't find it, and they find it again. Well, I vanish it again, make it hard for them to get in. You see, if they're coming in through a door, you want to be sealing and protecting yourself in many ways, changing your codes, your frequencies, your And that is basically removing your doors and changing them. Furthermore, sealing them, closing them, and shielding them is another step. Okay. Also, what you want to do is the reversal of energies. I already explained to you the other day. That is very good. Reversing your energies, elimination of tremors, push your energies down. And this is also, my brothers and sisters, you're not going to get no rest. I understand what's happening now. Joshua Free was a very good editor. Like, he was doing his work, my brothers and sisters, okay? He also says, partially through his book, I may get into that today, he states about being a gatekeeper and gatekeeping. There may be a point in time in your life, what happens, you become a gatekeeper. Gatekeeping means basically now you become a gate to the true light realm, and what's going to happen is you become sort of, I would say, the mediator between the true light realm and the so-called this earth here. And what is happening is, well, the demons are consistently trying to get through the gates. Now you become a gatekeeper because you become enlightened, and when you become a gatekeeper, you must do gatekeeping. Gatekeeping is a person is going to become extremely conscious and understand they're going to continuously keep protecting and guarding their gates to their mind, body, spirit, soul, and vessel, which is their sort of kingdom here for, or I would say this is their home for now before eventually when we leave and go home. So henceforth, yes, most targeted individuals don't know it. They are gatekeepers, and I'll say this again. If you don't learn how to start doing your gatekeeping and preventing the demonic entities from breaching your gates and coming in and through, you're not going to be successful. It's mentioned in here. I may get to that today in the readings. I don't remember exactly where it is, but it mentions about gatekeeping and being somewhat ready or prepared for it to do it. I forget how it states it. It's very accurate what it says. Okay, furthermore, I will continue. All right. One more thing I will add, I believe, and it finishes it. Okay, I came to a conclusion, my brothers and sisters, okay? What the goal of the agenda is, of the matrix, is to make a circuit, a splice into your so-called mind, body, spirit, soul, vessel, your operating system. And after that, to siphon your energy. Okay, now, if they want to make a splice to you and siphon your energy, do all your work. Do not fear them anymore. Furthermore, by intent, say to yourself, what you're going to do now is you're going to reverse all their circuits. Instead of going to the offense, like, guarding all the time, that is good to do too. Do your spiritual warfare and neutral, but don't go into the so-called the offense where you're exerting external push, like no resistance. That's what I mean. Do your warfare with no resistance, okay? Furthermore, you're going to reverse all their circuits. What I mean by this is, hey, they've been trying to siphon your energy for so long. They've been trying to siphon my energy for so long. So be it. If they want to hook me up to a circuit, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do from now on, and this is what I have done by intent, is siphon their energies now. You hook up to all their circuits. They've made a splice to you. Now, just by your inner virtual eye, hook up to their whole grid. I mean, you can see their whole grid when you do your work. I can see every circuit in the grid. Okay? What you're going to do is you're going to hook up there, and you're going to basically siphon their energies and convert it to beneficial energy beyond space-time true light. They want to attempt to siphon you. You siphon them. Instead of being on the so-called counter defense out once in a while too, be mindful of this. Who cares if a car drives by, really? They want to hook up a circuit. Oh, sure, invite them in this time. Not in a good way. You don't invite them in. What you do is you hook up to their circuit, invite them in. By what I mean is, be aware that there is a circuit, a potential of a hookup, and reverse everything. And they want to go this way? Absolutely not. It's like this from now on. I take their energy from now on. They want to take mine? I take theirs. I take theirs and I convert it. Simple as that. You see, I don't go to do this kind of a fight when I realize what they're trying to steal my energy. When I see any so-called cyber vampire anywhere, if they want to be somewhat treat me humane, I don't care what a person is, cyber vampire, ET, alien, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, I don't care what the person is, okay? They treat me humane, I will treat them humane back, and I'll state this again. I have a gift for anybody, anyone who treats me humane, but that's another story. Whether they're going to treat me humane or not is not my choice. But furthermore, I'll say this, any cyber vampire, virtual vampire, holographic vampire, I don't care what they're called, tries to take my energy, I will take theirs this time. I'm not fearful. I understand how to do it. I reverse it. I don't throw it out. I suck it in. And I convert the energy to my beneficial choice of what the energy shall be. My brothers and sisters, understand the power you have. They want to siphon your energy when you go out there. Get a handle on things. Get out of sin. Get out of the red zone. Start doing the work. And you'll realize, hey, the Spirit told me this earlier today. He's like, Ari, just reverse their circuits. Suck their energy now. So they fear to make a circuit to you. My brothers and sisters, the agent should fear you if you're doing your work, because sure, I'm a decent person. I'm a reasonable person. I'm a reasonable person in reason. I'm a logical person with reason. But my brothers and sisters, I understand this. If a cyber vampire tries to take my energy through any kind of trick, I'll say this is, I will do anything and everything I know and learn from the gods to take their energy and take as much as I can of it, and hopefully teach them a lesson to not come around. Okay? If they're coming around for energy and you're turning it around them and you suck their energy, I guarantee you, my brothers and sisters, these cyber vampires will not come around. They want to play the stereo loud next door? By all means, go ahead, play your stereo loud next door. But if you make a circle with me, I'm going to suck you dry. And I have no shame in saying this. I will suck any cyber vampire dry so they get out of my premises and my so-called space. Okay? Anybody violates your temple, you use spiritual warfare to the maximum. Furthermore, you want to go beyond spiritual warfare sometimes and say, enough is enough. Okay, you want to take my energy? Well, I invoke Gira. I summon Gira, the executioner of evil, to assist myself to siphon your energy and to incinerate you and to arrest you and to send you down to the netherworld, to Biddat, to bolt and shut you up in his gates. Okay, that's how I operate with my business. One time, my neighbors came out, and be assured, I summoned Gira. I wasn't in the mood for doing what they were going to do again, harassment. I said, Gira, arrest them. I don't remember if I said arrest them evils. I just said, I summoned Gira. I said, Gira. I didn't say I summoned them. I just had enough. I said, Gira, arrest them and send them to Biddah, to bolt and shut them up. Be assured, my brothers and sisters, they didn't continue their so-called talk show in their backyard, where it's sort of by my room. They sort of disappeared. Hey, it doesn't always work, but I'll tell you this, when I don't have fear and they're not penetrating me and they're not doing any of their scare show, you better believe it works with full force. Because when you have no fear, then you are with the gods. You have fear, you're not with the gods. Gods do not fear these agents. When you have fear, it means you don't have the gods working with you. And when you're having these symptoms of the matrix. Furthermore, it doesn't mean you're going to get the gods in you and you're going to start having old behaviors and attitudes and ego. You get ego when you're with the gods leave you. It's simple. You work with the gods within the laws of the true light realm, and the gods will be with you and exhibit all your fears. Because remember this, a god, or when the gods are with you, do not have fears. They do not fear anything. What does a god fear? Death? They cannot die. They are immortal. They know that. Now, part of understanding the system is understanding it is a virtual digital reality / holographic, and your true so-called spirit is immortal. You want to tap into your spirit. You want to tap into your spirit, which is basically connected to the source, the primary creator. So does not 1 + 1 adds up to 2. Never did more. You connect with your spirit, your soul, is basically the primary source creator. You're connected with the primary source creator. You are with God, and I assure you, you are with all the gods. So henceforth, you will have no fears, unless you're being deceived to a lower emotion, deed, action, thought, or behavior. Okay, my brothers and sisters, there's nothing to fear. I just explained to you on these 2 videos how to drop their signal. Most of my videos give information, techniques, and information that I was given by the spirits how to conduct spiritual warfare. clearings, incantations to summon the gods, and readings to do. And furthermore, you want to learn more and beyond what information I represent is start doing the work, utilizing the gods. And henceforth, you ask the gods to assist you, guide you, teach you how to conduct all affairs as they do. And you shall be taught if you're doing the work. Now, if you ask and you're being layaway and you're going back in the red zone being immoral, you'll be taught nothing. You're going to be worse off than you were at the beginning, because now the matrix knows you reached out to the gods. Potential is you may reach out to the gods again. So henceforth, when you fall back down, and I mean fall into the red zone, they're going to beat you and hit you with everything. I said this, don't take this lightly. When you turn to the gods, your consequence will be a lot more severe, your beating, when you go back down. So therefore, you, in a sense, when you utilize the gods, there is no return. You're not going back to your old life. You go back to your old life. The agents know now you're reaching out to the Anunnaki gods, and they can help you get out, and they shall get you out, period. That's all I have to say, my brothers and sisters. Do not be afraid. Okay, do not be afraid. Remember, they try to take your energy, you take theirs. I assure you, when you understand how to take their energy, when you learn how to reverse their grids, take their energy, and so-called I'll call it repurpose, reconstruct their energy. Basically, how do I have it written here? Yeah, reverse, reconstruct the energy and put it back into the system as beneficial energy. I assure you, they will not do anything. And just before I stated this to you, they honked the horn. They don't want me to tell you this, and I will tell you it again anyways, since they honked the horn trying to disrupt me. Remember, okay, when the matrix knows, you know how to reverse the circuits. And I'll say this again, reverse all the circuits. Instead of giving energy out to the matrix, when you learn how and feel how, you'll know how. When you ask the gods and they teach you, they'll teach you how to reverse the circuits of the matrix and take their energy when they try to take yours. You're not just going to take it all the time. You're going to take it when they try to take yours, to make a point that you are somebody that does not want to be messed with. In other words, your so-called mind, body, spirit, soul, and vessel to be breached through corruption and through deception and tricks. Once you learn how to reverse their circuits, instead of putting the energy out by being deceived, you're gonna all of a sudden reverse your circuitry and the energy flow to come to you, and to be, as soon as it reaches your energetic sphere, to be converted, to be repurposed into beneficial energy of true light. So henceforth, the matrix will not come around you when it knows you know how to convert matter back into true light. They have reversal grids. Now you have your reversal grid too. You reverse their matter, their magnetic fields, back to true light. That's what they're doing. They're reversing your true light into matter and magnetism. What you want to do is reverse their matter and magnetism back to where it came from in true light before it was siphoned and stolen. So henceforth, no shame. You're just taking back energy that's been taken from you. And henceforth, if they want to continue, then you may end up taking back much more energy from your brothers and sisters that was stolen and converted into so-called matter and magnetism. So I will state this basically, not a good outcome for the matrix. Absolutely not. If you've been following my videos, you'll understand magnetism is their reality. They lose their magnetism, they lose their reality. So that's what you go for. You go for their magnetism. You take out their so-called matter core, which is much, much more than just that. Okay, I'm not going to get into the depths of the details what it is, but I'll tell you this. You reverse your grids and their grids to be beneficial to yourself. Okay, my brothers and sisters, okay, you will have some peace. You're doing your work, you will have some peace. I promise you this. No, I don't promise you this. You do your work, you will have peace. I'm telling you this. I will not promise you and guarantee you nothing. You do your work with the gods, the Anunnaki gods, you will have your peace, and you will start to get out of the matrix. And like I stated, there's an end to all this, and it ends by reversing their grids on them. Okay? You got to understand, you have much utilizing forces and powers with the gods, and there is no limit. Okay, there is no limit. Just like they can convert your energy, you can convert their energy, reverse it. The circuits in the grid. Like I said, I don't fear their reversal grids. I know what their reversal grids are. Whether they be stationed in England, I don't care where they're stationed, right? As far as I know, the reversal grid core is right here next door where my neighbor is, with a big old school satellite antenna that's about 10 feet by 10 feet, or maybe 6 feet round by 6 feet. Okay, it doesn't matter where the grids are. I won't say stand your ground. I will say this though, is do your work in truth and accurate information. And when you're being violated, understand to work with the gods and learn how to to do proper. You need not defend yourself. I don't like saying defend. You sound like a weakling. Defend. No, forget defense. There is no such thing as defense. Understand how to conduct proper spiritual warfare and conduct business in all of affairs as the gods would. That's all I'm going to say. As the gods will and be. Okay, my brothers and sisters. You need not fear nothing. Okay, and yeah, sure. And I'll repeat this. Remember, put the crickets on to deprogram yourself for many hours, if not many days. You will see that'll be your best friend. You'll carry your MP3 player around and have it in your left ear. Always your left ear. If not both, if you need not talk to anybody. But furthermore, keep one off because you want to hear the attacks if they're coming on to conduct spiritual warfare. Here in your house, there's not many attacks that come to you sometimes. But once you come off their circuit, their attacks stop because their attacks are based on having the signal. Okay, my brothers and sisters, I don't have much more to add. I'm going to make one more video, and I'm going to be speaking through the some of the preface of the Anunnaki Bible to give my brothers and sisters an idea of what this Bible represents. Because I do not think many brothers and sisters have a clue what it represents, or I would say they don't have the information what it represents if they have not opened up the book and read the preface. I assure you, this book has nothing but good intentions, okay? And I'll explain to you my analogy of what the readings are as I'm reading. Okay, my brothers and sisters, peace. There is a way out of this. It's common sense. Yes, you must do spiritual warfare with the gods and work and utilize with the gods and basically have their assistance and guidance through this whole process. But furthermore, I forgot what else I was going to add. I was going to add something else. Anyways, there is a way out of this. It's just doing your work with the gods. There is no other way. Okay, my brothers and sisters, I'm going to get into this, and I will read some of the preface that gives details of what this Bible is trying to accomplish. I would say information. All right. It does not state, yeah, it says Bible here, so it is a Bible to a degree. All right, peace, my brothers and sisters, and I will not say the final quote that I say in many videos, but I will say I will continue on the next video, and then at the end I will give you the final quote that I usually do say in my videos.